Hello everybody, and welcome back to some All the Mods 7 to the Sky. How you guys doing today? I hope you are doing well. I am. So, last episode we got started with some of our automating of some stuff. I have been busy since then. I've done some other stuff. I have got our furnaces upgraded and put down here. I don't have anything going into them just yet, except for this. We'll get into that just a second. But other than that, that's all we got. But since last episode, I have been busy. First off, I've got this guy going, the mechanical squeezer. It is. We go in here. If you look, we can get a bunch of stuff out of the squeezer. So I'm using this as a way. I didn't know we could do these. I need to set up a few of these for this. Right now, basically, all I've got going through here is our diamond, coal, and redstone, because we were getting a bunch. And if we go in here, you can see we've got a bunch of coal, bunch of redstone. I've cleaned out all the ores once. And it's already building back up. So I'm trying to figure out processing ways and stuff like that. And the squeezers looks like it's going to be the way to go as far as getting the ores. But we're not going to do all that today. Elsewhere, I have got... these guys are hooked up to our system now. If we go in here and look, you can see your trees. It's set up. I have cleaned up some of this stuff over here, since we've got the sand and gravel and stuff being made down there. I got rid of all of this, the strainers that we had. I got rid of the skystone that we had. We got through and have most of what we need. I have been running obsidian through here. I run out of what lava we had, but we've got enough obsidian for now for what we need to do. And I have upgraded these guys with more netherite upgrades, and have got them going again, and they're actually all connected to the system. So all of these are connected and running. So, but I have got into a bit of some P2P stuff. We will be getting into some more of that, and I will show you how to do all that. So that I have got I've been setting up some recipes and stuff like that for stuff that we're going to need. The essence for making the growth accelerators and stuff like that. We're going to be needing to make some of those, get into all that. So I've got all of that. I've got all the drives set up. Matter of fact, I have run everything to make sure it works. These are now full of 256K drives. So all of our AE2 stuff is working lovely. So, but I do have a bunch of quests that we need to complete right quick, and most of it was stuff here where I've made the input-output stuff for applied energistics. So we get that taken care of. We've got getting started. Oh, I need to talk about this. We've got started with the mystical agriculture seeds and stuff like that, and the only things that we hadn't had are the mob seeds, and we needed a bunch of the... Why did that not come up? Oh, because it's on craftables. We needed a bunch of the solium dust and the soul dust in order to craft all the jars and stuff like that. So I went to got a bunch of soul sand, and I've been running it through here. It's a flux sieve. I made a netherite upgrade for it. We'll probably get into setting these up later on for some actual other stuff, if I think that we need to. So there is that taken care of. That can go up. Other quest-wise, we've got the one for the unobtainium furnace. That one's done. That gives us rainbow coal. We've got all the power that was the energy battery I needed for the squeezer. Speaking of which, to get into integrated dynamics, you need a mineral sapling. And to get the mineral sapling, you can sieve just any kind of leaves. And I got those, grew a bunch of them. Matter of fact, I've still got a tree over here now to do. So there's that. So that was that completed. Mechanism, I made some logistical pipes. Was trying something, it didn't work out. All I did was make the pipes, so we're good there. That can go up. What else we got? That's all the quest-wise. Anything else I've done? I did get this thing running again. Since we've got the big functional storage fluid drawers, I've got this thing going, got it running. We're going to need both of these here soon anyways. I did upgrade this guy to the improved blast furnace so we can get some more steel going while I'm just waiting for other stuff to go on. And there's that. And the other thing, I have got all this hooked up to our ME system now. This is set up with a crafting card. If we don't have any uranium, then it will craft it. I've got these guys, these running into the garden, or not the garden club, but running into our system. So it will craft uranium if we need it. And then got this exporting or importing into the system for the cyanide. And then I clean this up. I've got all this stuff now running into our system. And the recipes for the mystical agriculture stuff I just done, where it's taking it from the insanium and downcrafting it. So all of that, all the tiers of that's done. So we're good to go. Oh, the other thing I've done, like I said, I've done a bunch. We're getting ready to get into needing a bunch of ender pearls. That was one of the things that we were low on. And before we got into making the seeds, I did get us a Enderman spawner set up. And I've got us a Blaze spawner set up. And then got all these guys going. And it was to the point where if I run them all, our mob crusher couldn't keep up. So I've got this set up with, I can push a button and it'll turn it on. Whichever one I want. We come down here, you set up a screen controller. It will pick up any screens that are around. That's how we power this. And then with this, we've got button screen modules. Each one of these is connected to one of the receivers, and each receiver's got a different channel, and so it's set up where like I said, I can just press a button and whatever it is will spawn. And I've also got this going into the system now. I've got one pipe coming through, and it's got filters for all the stuff that we need. And then this has a blacklist for all the stuff that we need, so everything else goes this way. The stuff we need goes in the system, and it's all good to go and ready to be taken care of. I think that's everything. One other quick thing while I am thinking about it. Any recipes that you need that uses the smithing table, there is actually a option for the smithing table and stone cutting patterns inside of the our AE2 system, which is awesome. So we've got the functional storage. These guys right here, they actually need to be made inside of, I think that's, yeah, they need to be made inside of a smithing table, so it actually works. And then the crafting pattern just goes inside of a regular assembler, and it crafts it up, so that makes it all nice and lovely. Alright, so as far as what we're going to get into today, we are going to be taking care of our thermal quest and going to be automating all the stuff, which basically these three machines right here are all we're going to need to really automate. I want to get those set up We're going to set up recipes for these guys, and then we've got to set up recipes for the components for everything. So basically what I want to be able to do is craft a whole bunch of these and be able to set them up, and we won't have to worry about them, and it'll get rid of the last few machines that we've got sitting right here. Most of this stuff we're not going to use anymore. We've got the vacuumulator. This is just a vacuum hopper. I don't have any use for it. We've got the energetic infuser. This, you can use it to charge items. I don't have any use for it right now. We've got the aqueous accumulator, which creates, more or less creates water for us. We've got sinks in here. We don't need it. We've made the Tinker's Workbench. That's for adding augments to our stuff. These guys are for potions. We're not going to get into that. I have no idea what that is even for. And then we've got all of our machines. Magma Crucible, Sawmill we don't need. Magma Crucible we don't need. Sequential Fabricator, we've got the RF Tools Crafters. We don't need it. And then we got the stuff for making tar and all that. And we really don't have any use for that right now. So like I said, I'm going to craft all this stuff up. We've got the different dynamos. Stirling Dynamo. This generates power with anything that you can burn. We've got the compression dynamo, which uses tree oil, creosote oil, and refined fuel to use power. We've got the Gormaran dynamo, which uses food for power. We've got the disenchantment dynamo, which uses enchanted items for power. And then the lapidary dynamo, which uses any kind of like crystals and stuff like that, amethyst shards, emeralds, diamonds, and then like sapphires and stuff from thermal. So we've got that, and then we've got all the augments. Really the only augments we're going to really need are the flux linkage ones. So I'm going to get a bunch of stuff crafted up. I'll be back. Alright, so progress update. I have run out of inventory space, but I have also got most of our stuff made. I went through and have made recipes for, we go in here and look, you can see I've got all the different ingots done up, the electrum, signalum, lumium, inderium, constantan, bronze, invar, all done. All the gears here. I made patterns for all the different plates. I do know I need to make one for iron plates. I might as well go ahead and do that while I'm at it and thinking about it, because we're going to need a bunch of them anyways. But yeah, I got all those set up. Most of these we're probably not going to use anymore, but they're there if we need them. So, but our next bit of business is going to be to get into the fluid cells. And to do the fluid cells, I need to get some cured rubber. And to get cured rubber, we need regular rubber. And to get that, well, that actually should be easy enough. We can make vines. If I don't already have vines, I do have vines. So all I need is some buckets. I got a bucket. So that's going to just give us, wait, okay, no, that gives us one. We're going to need 4 for this guy, and then 4 more for this. I'm going to need some more vines. I'm going to need more than that, which means I'm going to have to do some growing. I don't have my seeds ready. Well, I tell you what, we'll be getting all of our seeds ready to go here pretty soon, and I will be so happy. So, but we'll get our rubber. With this, we can just smelt it and cure it, and then we can just do the crafting. The rest of the crafting's all pretty easy, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so one of the things that I always, well, not always, I've never been done a whole lot, is actually doing any kind of fluid stuff with applied energistics. I've done a little bit of it with refined stores, so I figured we'd give this a shot. So I've got a sink hooked up to a fluid drawer. We probably don't need that much. But we're going to do it and then pray that that's not going to do anything to it. But anyhoozle, we can do our rubber, and where it's... Is that giving us buckets? It is actually giving us free buckets. So we can do this and pull the water out. That's not what I wanted. And it's giving us... We're going to find out for sure here in just a second. See if that's actually giving us buckets. Because that might be... Okay, no, it's not giving us buckets, but it lets us do that, so that is awesome. We need to do some more looking into the fluid storage stuff. Anyways, I'm about ready to finish this. That's done. That can go up. We should now have what we need. We need... One of the other things I have figured out. Nope, it doesn't. We don't have the recipe for that. Let's go do this. I want to show you all this. One of the things that is now in refined storage, applied energistics, is actually a feature from refined storage. I don't remember it ever being a part of applied energistics before, but any recipe that we have, that we have a recipe for in it and we don't have any of them made, we can control click and it will set it up to be crafted, which is nice. I like that. So there we go. We've got our fluid cell and we've got our expanded tank. That is now done. So that can go away. That can go away. We still got the insightful crystal we can actually use to collect XP with and store XP. Doesn't have any uses with it full other than I guess just storing it, but there is that taken care of. Now all we need to do is make our dynamos right quick and we will have thermal taken care of. This is one of the reasons why we made some of the recipes as we went along, so I can just do this and be done with it. So boom, there we go. What are we missing? That should have been all of said quest. The disenchantment dynamo. I got rid of that. This guy right here. Silver gear we do have. And disenchantment dynamo. There we go. Our thermal set of quest is now complete. If we go down here, so I've got these guys all set up. They are got the resonant integral components. It's got the speed upgrades. We've got it set to auto input and output enabled, and got them both piping in and out the back. So these are done, and then I've got some more space for some other machines. Pulverizer, we haven't got anything that we need for it just yet. There was a few things that we were using it for before, so we'll get into that later. So now there shouldn't be anything special as far as quest wise goes. I'm going to complete these quests and we'll go from there. Alright, so we are back. I am looking to find some soul lava to work on our next part of what I want to do today. And there's a couple places that you can find it. One, It's all in the other. One is to find a volcano, which I have done some flying around and I have not been able to find one. The other is to find a piglin village. That's not what I wanted. And it is. Can I get somewhere where I can? If you search in here, there is. You can search for it with our structure compass. This has a chance to spawn a few spots of it in here. So we're going to hop in here and see if we can find some. It looks like there is a bunch of mobs spawning around, which is never a good thing. What did I just get? That was a broken spawner now. Illusioner. I don't need any of those, but so yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to mosey on around here, see if I can find what I'm looking for. Which, like I said, is right there. Soul lava. And that should take care of what we need. So now, let's get back home. Alright, so we are here. We're going to need a whole lot more than what we've got. So, but what I'm wanting to do is to go ahead and make... we're going to finish off our Allthemodium quest. We need to make the chariot. Let's see if we can find these. Here we go. Allthemodium carrot. Easy enough. This gives you absorption and regen. We don't really have any use for it right now. We just need to do the quest. So there is that. Those quests are now completed. That doesn't give us anything. So the other thing, only other thing that we have left to do is to make these the alloys. And to do that, we actually need to mix these guys up, and we need to do it with soul lava. So that's what we're going to do. I made us a new tank, so we can put the soul lava in there. Let's grab what we've got of that, what we've got of that, and what we've got of that. I don't know how much of this we're going to need in order to do that. So, but let's make sure all this stuff is off. It is. So our first one is vibranium and allthemodium. So let's throw a vibranium and allthemodium in there. And that mixed, and then we need our piglet hearts, which we've got. Now we're going to need a bunch of these. I'm not going to go into the farming of these just yet, but we're going to make what we need in order to complete these quests. Was that enough? Yeah. Beautiful. There we go. We've got that one. We need unobtainium and allthemodium. Unobtainium and allthemodium. We're going to need another piglet heart. Is that ready? It is. So we're going to need a whole bunch of these before it's done and over with. If we look at... I believe it's this one that we need a bunch of. Maybe not. Which one is it? Yeah, it's the unobtainium, allthemodium, the blocks. So each one of these blocks takes 9 of them. So we're going to need a bunch of these before it's done and over with. And our last one is unobtainium and vibranium. So vibranium, unobtainium. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that we still need to do in order to do this, but I figured while we're working on completing some quests and got just a little bit of time, we would just go ahead and do this. Beautiful. There we go. We've got all of those. We should be able, we can just go ahead and put well, that's actually full. Well, that's fine. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll put the rest of what we've got into our system. We will complete those quests right quick. And there we go. Now, like I said, in the other, we've got volcanoes that are rare, but you can find them. And that is what we will wind up trying to do, because we're going to need a bunch of soul lava in order to do all this. We've got the bees that we can do. There's a bunch of different things that we can do. Well, not a bunch, but a few things that we can do. But there is another chapter complete. We're now 1, 2, 3 complete, which is lovely. So, but with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!